Hey, you guys, I wanted to jump on here this morning and talk to you a little bit about perspective. A little bit about perspective. And right at the very get go, I want to say, perspective is everything. Perspective changes the way we look at life, perspective changes the way we look at our family, the way we look at our career, the way we look at our own faith. And I wanted to share a verse taken out of one of my favorite books of the Bible, which is actually the book of Philippians. And it's found in the first chapter where Paul's talking about living for Christ. Now, let me just say, Paul at this time appears to be imprisoned, and a lot of that was because of his passion for the gospel. He's basically being held, and they are attempting to silence his message, yet he is penning these words here in the book of Philippians. But Philippians 1 verse 19 says, "For I know that this will turn out for my deliverance through your prayers and the supply of the Spirit of Jesus Christ." So he's saying, I know these things are going to work out. I know he's saying, I know I'm going to be delivered. Then he says, "According to my earnest expectation and hope that in nothing I shall be ashamed, with all boldness as always. So now also Christ will be magnified in my body, whether by life or by death." So no matter what happens to him, whether he lives or dies, he knows that God's going to be magnified through him. The Lord's going to be magnified either by him dying for the gospel, or as a martyr, or the Lord's going to be magnified in some other way. And so it's kind of a win-win situation. And then, of course, at the very end of that section in verse 21, he says, "For to me to live is Christ, and to die is gain." So that's where the perspective comes in. The perspective, taken from Paul's words, is that, hey, if I live, I'm going to live for Christ. And if I die, I'm going to die for Christ. In other words, if the Lord allows me to live another day here on this earth, I'm going to live for God. But if I end up dying, I'm going to die serving God. But in the end, it's all about God. So whether I live or whether I die, I'm going to live for Christ. So I don't know where you are today in thinking about that or considering that thought. That perspective will revolutionize the way you and I live our day-to-day life. It's going to change everything for us. When we seek first his kingdom and his glory and his honor, we look through life through that lens, it affects the way we are as human beings. It changes everything. It changes the way we look at circumstances or trials or situations. You and I struggle sometimes when our vision becomes clouded, when we're not able to see God, or maybe when we are focused so much on the things of this earth that we cannot even see the Lord and what his purpose and plan is for us. So I encourage you today with that little insight, perspective. Allow the Lord to give you a clear perspective or clarity in the direction of your life. For me to live is Christ, and to die is gain. If you are alive today, if God's given you a breath, then you live for him. If you die, you are going to be with him for all eternity. So it's a win-win situation. So allow the Lord to give you that fresh vision, that fresh clarity today, that new perspective, which I would say it's a spiritual perspective. Allow the Lord to give you that today, and I promise you, if you do that, everything will change for you in a moment. Hope you get a little value from that today. God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.